everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys just a few bits that I have been decluttering from my collection. Okay, so let's start off with the face-based products that I am going to be decluttering from my collection. Some of these things are just because they literally are empty, some of them are because they were wrong colour, and some of them are just way too old to keep in my collection now. It's a Tarte stick foundation. I had this in a project pan a couple of years ago and I have literally used the whole thing up. This bit here is plastic. This is all plastic and there's just a little bit of product in there, and I have not touched this since I got down to like pretty much it's finished. I do love the formula of the stick foundation. I love it for summer. However, I just don't need to hold on to empty packaging. Kind of like along the same lines is the Colour Pro Conceal and Illuminate concealer, which actually does have product left in it, but this is just not really like my favorite type of thing. It's also old and it just looks so grimy and I just don't want to put this on my face, to be fair. Like, it just is old. Then I'm also decluttering two foundations. One of these is literally brand new. It came in the wrong shade and I just didn't return it, and I'm not sure why I didn't because I'm an idiot. But yeah, this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is in Desert Beige. We can all tell this is never going to match me in a million years. I don't know how I managed to get a shade of this so dark, but I think actually my second eldest sister will match this. And then finally is my L'Oreal Paris True Match and foundation in the shade 4N Beige. This was a shade that I went into when I went to Greece, and I'm not lying when I say I went to Greece when I was in year 9 of my secondary school. So what, I'm year 10, 11, 12, that's about 3 years old. Love this foundation. I think it's a really pretty foundation, really nice medium coverage that is buildable and really comfortable in the skin. Okay, so some more face products that I have is this L'Oreal Cosmetics Utopia Dew Pot, which is a illuminating dew pot, and this is what it looks like on the inside. I actually have a cream shadow that is very similar to this. It's the Bang Beauty one, and that is actually why I'm getting rid of this, because if I was going to put this anywhere, it would definitely be on my eyes. And my Bang Beauty one is literally the exact same shade, but it is a eye pot. Then I have my Freedom Pro Contour Kit. This might surprise quite a few of you because I do actually... Oh no. No. It just crumbled on me. I was using this like quite frequently, but I generally think this formula is off. If you guys can you see there's like a hole underneath the product? Like, the product's not stuck to the pan anymore, and I generally think that just means that the product is off. Then I also am decluttering my I Heart Makeup, my I Heart Makeup Triple Baked Blusher, because I am just generally confused about this product, and I have been confused about this product for about 3 years about how to use it. Like, it's a triple baked blusher, but it's a bit too metallic-y for me to use it as a blusher. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a dewy blush, but this just isn't one for me. The tone of it just is a bit too Barbie doll pink. And then I have used it as a highlighter a few times, but I have other pink highlighters in my collection that I generally prefer to this one. I also have a bronzer as well that I'm going to be decluttering. This is the Solitaire Slate bronzer. It's for face and body. This is something that actually my youngest sister got. My youngest sister actually asked me to store this for her, but she hasn't touched it and I haven't touched it in way too long to keep this in either of our lives, to be quite frank. It's a huge... I have a few mascaras in here, which is what I was talking about when I leave empty mascaras in my drawer. So I'm just decluttering 2 empty tubes of mascara. Then I am also getting rid of quite a few of my babies. We all know I love a good eyeshadow palette. I love my eyeshadow palettes. You guys know they are like my babies to me. I love them so much. But unfortunately, I do need to declutter a few from my collection that I just am not using or are not my favourite formula. Quite frankly, I need to be more cutthroat with which palettes I let enter my life and which ones I want to let leave my life. The first things first, I'm going to be decluttering the Wet n Wild Quad. This is the Petalette Quad. I got this from Beauty Bay. No shade to Beauty Bay, I love Beauty Bay. This is a stunning palette, I love it. However, this shade right here just gets pan on it, hard pan on it all the time. I loved the looks that I got, the look that you get from this, but I generally have these shades in other palettes with formulas I prefer better and with better lasting power than this, unfortunately. I am interested in trying a few other Wet n Wild palettes, but this one I just am ready to let go of at the moment, so I'm going to say goodbye to this. I also have a sleek palette in this collection. This is the Au Naturel palette, which again is one that has barely been touched. I can definitely move on to a new home. It came with the black shade Crumbled, but it's a really nice neutral shade palette. I think a lot of people could get a lot of use out of this, especially people who wear makeup on a day-to-day basis and just want something natural on their eye. I have the Rimmel London Magnifies blush palette. I feel bad about this one because I believe this was a gift to me. I've got drugstore shades that I love that are similar to shades in here that have the pigment that I want them to have. I find this is quite pigment lackluster, like it doesn't have a lot of pigment to it. I was really excited when I received it because I was like, oh my god, there's so many soft pretty looks I can make with this, but generally the pigmentation on here just isn't what I would want it to be, and a lot of the shades just sheer out into kind of nothing, and throughout the day they fade into nothing as well. So I've just decided that this just isn't a palette that I personally want to keep in my collection. Okay, this one was quite a hard one for me to make a decision on because I generally do love the creator of this palette and I love the shades in this palette. However, considering what I used from the amount that I don't use, it's not worth keeping. And I also did some swatches for my two favourite shades that are in this palette. And I do actually have the same shades in other palettes and I think it was like 2 or 3 other palettes I have the same shades that I love the most. So this is the Revolution X Soph collaboration. This was their Christmas one. And it has 6 metallic shades, 2 highlighters and 3 weirdly toned mattes. Actually, I found dupes for these 2, which were my favourite 2 shades in this palette, in my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette, which I definitely use a lot. So yeah, unfortunately this one's going to go. The formula on here though, do not be underestimated. The formula, at least on these metallics and these highlighters, is phenomenal. These mattes, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've touched the whole time I've had this palette. Then I'm going to be decluttering the Primark Nudes palette, which this is not a bad palette by any means. I just reach for other palettes more than this, and I will say the formula on eyeshadow, on Primark eyeshadows, is actually really good. It is it's a beautiful palette, and I think it's got a really nice array of colours in. Like, I think it's got a good colour story to it. More cool toned than warm toned, so if you guys love your cool tones, I would definitely suggest this. I think Primark doesn't sell this one anymore either. I love this, but there is other nude palettes that have these similar tones that I do use more. Again, I'm gonna be getting rid of the Revolution Pro Looks 3 looks in one palette. This is the Stripped and Bare palette, and this is what it looks like. It kind of reminds me of the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, the Shade and Light eye palette. I just do not use this. I don't think I've touched it. I've swatched it, but I have never touched it. So I am going to declutter this. And I am finally able to let go of this palette, which I've been holding on to for so long, just for nostalgia reasons. This is the Revolution Redemption palette. This is the Mermaids and Unicorns one. These shades are actually decently pigmented. They just don't last on the eye very long. And to be fair, this was my first ever like colourful palette. However, the Beauty Bay palettes that I have now just really outdo this formula, and honestly Revolution's formula now outdoes this palette so much. And I think just because it's one of their really like their older formulation. And then finally, a palette that I have literally swatched a few shades in, which I kind of wish I didn't now, is the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette. This is what it looks like. I'm thinking I might pass this on to my eldest sister, but it might be a bit too big for her, but I am definitely going to find a home for this. This formula for me is definitely my least favorite from Revolution. Like these palettes in general, the Reloaded palettes, definitely probably my least favorite. These big ones anyway, probably my least favorite formula that I've tried from Revolution thus far, unfortunately. But it's got a really wide array of shades, and I think a younger person would really enjoy this and get to love this and get to know this palette and be able to explore colour really effectively with this. So I think definitely this is really well suited for a younger person that's just getting into makeup. Then finally, I think the biggest category is my lip products. Now, I do not use lip products all that often at all. I feel like you can kind of tell in all my videos, I definitely am more of an eyeshadow person than I am to a lip product person. There is only one lip gloss that I'm getting rid of, and that is the Revolution Amazing Sheer Lip Gloss. I've just had this for years. I got it from an advent calendar. Then I have 2 lip tints that I'm getting rid of. This is the Dr. Paw Hot Pink Balm. I love the Dr. Paw Original. Oh my god, if you guys have not tried that, try it. It's amazing. I used to hold one of them up. And this one I kept. I got this one in a glossy box. I kept this because I loved the original so much. But in all honesty, this is just too far out of my comfort zone of a shade. I do not wear hot pinks or pinks in general on my lips, and this is just real vibrant. Really cute Macaron tinted lip balm. My nieces would actually love this. My nieces love a little bit of a tint on the lips, and I definitely have one niece that will definitely love this, and I find it quite fun. It's a little macaron shape. 3 liquid lipsticks from my collection. So 2 of them are the Too Faced melted latex ones. So I've got the hot pink and the mauve kind of shade. I do not enjoy liquid lipsticks, and I feel like I've been quite vocal on this and my disagreement. You can kind of see they're hot pink shades, and like I just said, I do not wear hot pink. And then finally for liquid lipsticks, I have the Revolution liquid lipstick in Grande. Oh wait, there's another lipstick in here. I have the Nivea Pearly Shine lip balm, which I just have never used this. I do not like this one. However, I do like the Strawberry Shine one, so I'm just gonna declutter that, pass it on. Again, my niece will get a lot of use out of those. And then finally I have 4 little lipsticks. This one is so old, it probably just needs to be in a bin, to be fair. This is the Revolution one. It's one of their little mini, like the kits where you get loads, and this was when Revolution was quite new, and this shade just does not look good on me, to be honest, and I always look dead when I try and wear it. Then I have a Freedom lipstick, which Freedom is a discontinued brand and have been for a few years now, so that tells you how old this is. This is a hot orange lipstick, and again, one I've never worn, and it's just not really that pigmented. I have an Illamasqua lipstick in Energy. I got this in a glossy box. There was a nude or a purple, and I think I chose the purple because I had so many nudes in my collection, but honestly, never worn this on my lips, just swatched it. It's an amazing colour. I carry on keeping it, like, oh, I'll use it for Halloween, I'll use it for Halloween. I've never used it for Halloween, there's no point in keeping hold of it. And then finally is an Anastasia lipstick, matte lipstick in Dusty Mauve, and this formula is just so dry, like so unbelievably dry, and it's a really vampy shade. Something that actually a few years ago I would have really liked, but I just do not get along with the shade, and the formula just isn't for me either. I think actually my best friend Sophia might like those 2 shades, so I will see if she would like them because they seem like shades that she would love to try. That is everything that I'm decluttering for my makeup collection. I'm not ungrateful or unappreciative of the products being in my life at one point in time, but just genuinely this felt so good to just go through my makeup and let go of things that I do not use and I do not like as much as other things in my collection that I love and want to use more. So yeah, that is everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. I would like to see more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys all in my next one. Bye!